E aí, galera ligada no canal da Ubisoft Brasil, estou eu aqui, Michael Ximenes, nesse rolê por Montreal, uma cidade linda, maravilhosa. Nossa, hotel ó, top, obrigado Ubisoft, vários reembolsos aí, pode esperar? Tô brincando, jamais, vou pagar. Eu vim aqui no escritório da Ubisoft Montreal. Primeiro vocês vão acompanhar aí toda essa nova programação do canal da Ubisoft Brasil, que tá incrível. E eu aproveitei, já que aqui é a casa do Roller Champions, o mais novo lançamento da Ubisoft. Então nada mais justo do que entrevistar o principal produtor do Roller Champions, o Stéphane Drapeau, it's correct?
Yep.
Stéphane Drapeau que tá aqui com a gente. Ele vai falar um pouco mais sobre tudo que a gente pode esperar do jogo esse ano. Vamos ver o que temos também para os próximos anos aí. Vai ter um update da hora aí, de repente com um personagem novo, de repente até um crossover com os outros jogos da Ubisoft. A gente não sabe. Hello, Stéphane.
Hello.
Really nice to meet you. Just in this, I don't know how I can say about this day. Chaotic. How you can say about this day?
I think we can use a whole lot of words to describe today. We can use chaotic, we can use crazy, we can use exciting, we could use so many different adjectives, but like nothing really encompasses all the craziness that's going on right now. But it's much more positive than it is any negatives. I think we're all focusing on the most important fact: Roller Champions is launching, and we're super happy for it.
So perfect. Game producer. You're a game producer.
No, product manager.
Product manager. So sorry. No, it's wrong. I'm just kidding. Could you say, tell me more about exactly what you do in your job? Just the highlights. No,
not the specifics. Yeah, for sure. Well, a product manager really is everything that has to do with the communications around the game. So it's a lot about marketing, but also just the key messages around the game. So my job basically is to translate the passion of the developers and to make it in an understandable format for players. My job is to make them discover Roller Champions in all of its good and exciting elements. Like, it's really just a question of directing the spotlight on the right features, on the right feel, on the right element that really captures what Roller Champions is about, and to put it in their face, whether it is with an article, whether it is with a trailer, or with any element that goes around Roller Champions. It's accompanying people that will cover the game, making sure that they know everything they need to really cover the game well. It's really far-reaching, but it's super exciting.
You have a psychology degree. Am I right?
Yep.
Yes, I did a profound, deeply research.
Game producer. You're a game producer. You're a product manager.
So tell me more about the path that you ran until reach Ubisoft.
It was a path mostly that led me to, well, first of all, just the psychology aspect. I've always been interested in what makes us tick as human beings. I wanted to understand a bit more as to how we react, why we react the way that we do, and really just understand the needs of human beings, how we are in relationships, how we interact with each other. And that's where the psychology degree comes from. But then there's a communication degree that came right after that, because I wanted to mostly move people, like get them to be excited about something, which is what led me to marketing. Initially, I was a lot more in a research capacity. So I was an analyst for a long time, analyzing market trends, market research, and all of that jazz. And that's what made me come to Ubisoft initially. And it's how the cookie crumbles. I mean, at some point, I was tired of just giving the data, telling the recommendations, telling people, yeah, that's what you should do based on what we had in terms of analysis. I said, you know what? I want to give it a go. I want to actually be the one to get the data and make the decisions, and not be the one to just get the data from the players. And that was something that was very important to me, is to be closer to our actual players.
Yes.
Closer to their realities, closer to their needs, what they wanted to have from video games. And I thought I could actually do good in that capacity. And so far, I've had a lot of fun doing it.
We can say that's all about relationship. Yeah.
And especially for Roller Champions, we're making a 3v3 game. So ultimately, it's a team game. It's an oppositional game. So you're going to be mad at people, but you're also going to be very happy about your team if you perform well. There's so many great things, so many great feelings of collaboration and victory sharing in Roller Champions, that it's a really, really nice product to put on the market, especially in the context today.
Have you or anyone on the team try to recreate in real life. I don't know, but I'm supposed to try this. Also, no, just kidding. So
I would welcome anyone to actually try to reproduce this. Back in 2019, after E3, we went to PAX West, and I remember that the US team at the time had recreated not a real-life size one, but an actual physical representation of the rink, and it looked freaking awesome. You could actually just take pictures of it with the curve of the walls. But in truth, like trying to do it in real life, I honestly think we would need some very good insurance because roller champions in real life, I mean,
it's not for kids. No, it's for kids.
It is, but not in real life.
Yeah.
Like, for definitely, this is not a safe experience to try, even with a good helmet. But I would welcome one day if we can find good protection and good people to try, you know, be professional people that know what they're doing. I would be fascinated to see a real life match of roller champions.
Yes, could be. What's about to create a whole new kind of sport using rollers? That's awesome, by the way. So where did this inspiration come from?
There's a lot of this game that comes from the mind of Gauthier Malou, which is our creative director. Gauthier Malou had a movie that he loved absolutely above a lot of other movies, which was Rollerball. He was also, and still to this day, he is a great pinball enthusiast. So just take Rollerball as a starting point, put in pinball with that, and then mix a whole lot of sports along with the roller element, which is super important. You've got the unique combination of what Roller Champions is all about. Roller Derby has been super important too in terms of inspiration as to create that sport. It is very different also as well. Like it's not a sports simulation. That's never been the intention. But roller derby has been instrumental because without the athlete that are playing the sport, we wouldn't have had the mocap experience that we have in the game. So our animations wouldn't have looked as realistic and as good as they look right now. But there are so many inspiration sources. Football for tackling, basketball for dunking. You know, the first time that an actual dunk happened in Roller Champions, it was one of the motivation of the design team to actually say, okay, we need to find other ways to make it easier for people to dunk because it's spectacular. People understand it right away. So it's hard to really pin it on one thing specifically, but creating a sport from scratch is really an impressive challenge, and I feel like Roller Champions has created something special with it.
For sure. Actually, I love the 80s inspiration, so I'm a big 80s fan, so...
It's retro. Actually, the words that we've used to describe like our art direction from the start was neo-retro, and that was something that came from our art director and the art team in and of it themselves. This idea that you take something that is old but is timeless at the same time, and you revamp it, you kind of modernize it, and you've got new items, new objects that look familiar, but are completely new in their artistic kind of process. So it's really all about the Roller Champions touch. It's about recreating from older objects, capturing their essence, and bringing them back in a new light.
During the 2019, we got a Game XP event in Brazil. Yeah. Do you remember?
Yeah. I remember Véronique Bouffard, our community developer, went all the way there and she had a great time.
Yes, she was with us. And there's a lot of Brazilians playing for the first time this game.
Yep.
And probably there's a lot of feedbacks of them. So, Brazilians helped just a little with the game construction?
Of course. Of course. Anybody that has ever put their hand on a controller to play Roller Champions and anybody that has ever given feedback can be sure that that feedback has been collected, it's been analyzed, and it's been prioritized. It's always been Roller Champions' goal to really make our game with our players. That's why at E3 we had the demo for them. It's why at Alpha and at Beta we had our players play. It's why we had workshops after our Beta to play with our players, to really understand what they wanted from the experience and to create the best kind of mix for them.
Thank you, Brazilians, and thank you all the players that played before. Okay, everyone. Ubisoft is known for the huge amount of crossovers that they did. So, any chance that we see as your auditor da Firenze in wheels, like skating, or caveira, or even Rayman?
Good question. I can tell you that Roller Champions is a live game, and that year one has a lot of funky stuff in it.
Oh.
But I'm not going to go into any more details than that because I want to keep some surprises. Yeah.
So this building is awesome. Okay. So which is your best place here?
One level below us, there is a view. It's great. There are some picnic tables. Perfect.
What we can expect about the new content that could be added before the post-launch?
I would almost reiterate my answer. Roller Champions is really a live experience. We intend to bring new seasons at a regular pace. We've said it in our dev stream for the announcement. The kickoff season will last from May 25th until June 21st. So we will have a new season at that moment. A new season means a whole lot of new stuff for our players to discover. We're really excited for them to discover it, but we're going to keep the surprise until when we're ready to show them for the first time.
Okay, it's not a problem. So, that's Stéphane Drapeau. It's hard to Brazilian to say your surname.
Drapeau.
So, Drapeau.
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 Yeah.
Drapeau.
Drapeau.
Okay, Drapeau. If you have any message to the Brazilian players, please feel free.
I can't wait for you to jump in the rink. I can't wait to see you on Twitch. I can't wait to see you enjoy our game. And of course, if you have any feedback, join our Discord and tell us all about it.
So get your skates on and let's play the Roller Champions.
See you in the rink.
Thank you again.
Cheers.
Bye.
Blue team scores 1 point right out of the gate. Can Orange really come back from this? Looks like Blue team goes for the win. Dinner! Orange team is on fire! One lap. 2 laps. And 3rd lap. Orange team wins the cup.
Asha, I want to be as good as you. Well, then join us.